Welcome to the Twilight Oasis. We're going to start out by stealthing past the initial trash mobs by blasting the smoke field from the druid. This will allow the group to smoothly run straight through the middle of the city square to avoid the enemies. Halfway through the square, the Mesmer will top off the stealth with a mass invisibility. As we move past the first enemies, we're going to drop down to the lower level. If you want, you can grab the singularity placed right here. We're then immediately going to run to the elite enemy at the center of the street. Burst damage is beneficial, especially if you've accidentally pulled a few enemies from the previous town square with you. As a general note for this fractal actually, bursty damage builds are very much favored as this fractal is structured into smaller, fast-paced sections. Once dead, feel free to skip any and all additional enemies that are nearby and instead just run to the High Priestess Amala. For our first encounter with Amala, we only need to take her down to 75% health before she flees. Amala is a powerful dervish with a large array of different attacks, most of which are area of effect. As the fight progresses, you'll see more of these be used, but depending on how fast your group is, you can avoid most of them by simply phasing her fast. So as a general note, just stay away from the orange AoE fields around the arena. As Amala hits 75% health, she's going to knock down and technically kill the entire group, making you unable to move. So right as this happens, we're going to type GG in the chat to fully kill ourselves and reset all our cooldowns while we're forced to wait anyways. Watch that you don't GG before Joko starts to talk, or the encounter might just reset entirely on you. Also, watch that you don't res yourselves before Joko resurrects you again, indicated by a green field under your character, or else you will probably spawn outside the arena and sometimes bug out all of your skills or just pull unnecessary enemies to you. Once we rest back up, we now have a special action key which allows us to jump high up into the air and travel over the city rooftops. This skill has only a 1 second cooldown while you're out of combat, but if you do get hit by an enemy, it'll go up to 5 seconds. Thus, we want to avoid any unnecessary encounters. Our objective for this part is to kill 3 elites located around the city. We're going to follow the rooftops up to the first one. Stack Might and Fury before we enter the encounter and then jump in. The first boss has a few tornadoes which jacks you around. Try not to stand in them, and once again avoid the orange AoEs. This fractal is littered with checkpoints, so after this elite we're going to just GG once more to reset our cooldowns and get quickly out of combat. This will allow us to fast and easy stealth past the next group of enemies. Halfway past these, the Mesmer will top off the stealth once more with another mass invis. Alternatively, during the previous fight, a party member could run ahead to unlock the next checkpoint, which is right on this ledge. However, we're just going to stealth here again to avoid the next batch of enemies. If you're a spellbreaker, watch out that you don't hit the enemies with death from above. Here we're then instantly going to run to the next elite enemy to burst him down as well. This elite has the same attacks as the previous one. Right after this boss, 2 additional mobs are going to run at you from the hallway. Make sure you kill them real quick before once again GGing to reset all cooldowns. This will allow us to effectively stealth once more. This corridor is filled with tornadoes. These won't kill you, but they are annoying and can slow you down. Try to avoid these to stick with the group. As we enter this little room, the Mesmer will once more mass invis the group to allow us to freely go directly to the next elite. This elite can be a little bit tricky for some, as he will also shoot lightning at the group, indicated by a lot of rapid firing small AoEs on the floor. If he does this, make sure that you keep moving at all times, but if you do get into a bad cluster of them, use the special action key skill, as this will double up as an evade. As the elite is near death, one party member can jump down to unlock the next checkpoint located right in the center of this arena to allow the group to just GG and get teleported there. With our skills reset, we stealth one last time to avoid the worst trash mobs as we run into the boss arena. The High Priestess Amala fight begins with a minor pre-event where you have to clear out all the veterans shielding the boss in the middle, as well as the elite and the 2 veterans guarding her from behind. All of these enemies are basically rooted in place and cannot be pulled or pushed together. As the shielding veterans go down, the remaining enemies that are necessary to kill would get swords over their heads. Focus these exclusively. As all shielding mobs go down, Amala will drop her shield and first channel the Avatar of Lissa, the goddess of illusions. As she does this, she summons a ton of illusions within the arena. To spot the real Amala, watch for the telltale symbol of the Signet of Humility, which appears above her head as she casts it on a player. This, however, may get called away if you are too far from her or your effect settings are set lower. The Signet cast is also indicated around a player with a charging AoE. This turns any player inside the AoE into a MOA. Simply dodge to avoid this. The pattern of illusion placements rotate at short intervals, and you'll have to find the real Amala again. Lastly, around the arena, she'll also spawn portals at various sizes, which will just teleport you into the air if you touch them. These are really just around to be annoying. At 85% health, Amala will teleport to the middle and channel a huge explosion. To avoid this, you have to CC her semi-quickly. As we break the channel, we have 30 seconds to kill the Priestess of Lissa standing on the first wall to the left from the entrance. Use the special action key to get up to her. She too will cast the Signet of Humility. Try to dodge away from the group if you get it so as not to cast it on your party members. Once we jump down again, Amala will channel the Avatar of Melandru. All of her AoE attacks will now knock back, so avoid the orange AoEs. By her side, a champion Earth Elemental will spawn, which can be largely ignored. However, it will fixate on one player who it will throw rocks at and slam down huge AoEs onto. This player has to simply move out of the melee stack on the boss and kite the attacks from the Elemental. During this phase, and every following phase, Amala will occasionally do a large slam on the ground, which sends out a shockwave. This can easily be dodged into, or you can simply use the special action key to avoid it. At 65% health, Amala will once more charge her huge explosion. Simply CC her again to break it. The next priestess that we have to kill in 30 seconds is that of Melandru, located to the immediate right of the entrance. As we jump down once more, Amala will channel the Avatar of Dwayna. This phase can be a real pug killer, as Amala will consistently keep throwing down rapid lightning strikes onto every player. When she does, make sure that you keep moving. Never stop or you will be hit. Alternatively, you can also use the special action key, but that won't evade the entire duration of the lightning storm. All around Amala, she will send out blue lines of AoE fields. These hit hard, so make sure that you don't stand on top of them. As she goes below 50% health, she will cover most of the arena in different lightning strikes. Avoid this entirely with the special action key. At 45%, she will channel her blast again. Make sure you CC her. Next is the Priestess of Dwayna. Next godly avatar is that of Grenth. The first attack Amala will do in this form is to slam the ground with a chill field, which she will spin around in. This will send out chilling bolts in all directions, so make sure that your group stacks behind the boss outside the field with a reflect of some kind in front of you. As Grenth's avatar, Amala will cover the arena in different fear fields and will herself slash out a series of conditions if you get hit by her slashes. Also, all around the arena, she will spawn flesh worms, which will spit onto the group's location. At 25% health, make sure that you CC Amala once more before we move to the Priestess of Grenth, who is surrounded by flesh golems. The last avatar is that of Balthasar and can be really tough. As Balthasar's avatar, Amala will jump on players with huge fiery AoEs that also send out shockwaves. These should be avoided at all costs. Dodge or use the special action key. Around her, she will put down fiery AoE lines that deal heavy damage, while she swings her scythe for more burning attacks. Around the arena, she will also spawn fiery tornadoes. These will both pull you and hurt you, so don't step into their fields. If at any point a party member goes down, make sure that you immediately take care of the Vindicator that spawns. At 5% health, Amala will charge the last explosion. CC her breakbar to stop this before you jump to the last priestess, that of Balthasar. The priestess itself is fully shielded by the veterans surrounding it. These veterans can hit really hard, so a smoke field can be really beneficial to blind them. Kill all of them to strip the shield from the priestess so that you can kill her too. For the final 5% of Amala, she will throw down a huge meteor shower around the entire arena before she resumes her other attacks as the avatar Balthasar. And that is how to complete the Twilight Oasis and slaughter a whole city of Sunspears, binding their corpses to the eternal King Joko. Enjoy your loot, praise Joko. Until next time, I will see you in the mists.